We welcome all who gather here this evening of the winter solstice. As the darkness of this darkest night enfolds us, we celebrate the earth at rest and give thanks for this Sabbath time that nature provides for the nurturing of hopes and dreams. Each of us brings with us the troubles of our day, our personal worries and losses and fears, and concerns for our world, the air, the land, the water, and all the creatures who share with us its life. We will not forget our worries about these things, but we will allow the weight of them to be lightened as they are shared among us in the circle of friends. So come, bring your hearts and minds into the circle now, and gather around the fire in the center of our table. And remember the warmth and the fellowship of many nights when we shared our stories and our truth because we felt like we belonged with those who gathered with us around the fire. Perhaps in your thoughts is a particular time that clings to your memory because it felt good to be warmed by the others who were there. It might have been a campfire in the woods, or sitting around the hearth at home, or even a pot-belly stove, perhaps, or the bonfire at a pep rally, or a harvest festival, or a fire by the pond where you went skating, or even the fire set in a trash can on a city street or alley to be shared by those who were homeless for the night or just needed to feel warm. Whatever it was, can you remember the people who were there? Think of them, then look around and trust that we are here.
Go back. Does everybody have a bulletin? Okay, so read the words in the bulletin. Oh, she's getting there. Keep going, I'll tell you. Back, back, back. One more. There we go. Thank you.
Now 4 of us will draw the circle of the natural world around us. By this may we be reminded of the sacred truths that contain us and protect us from excess and harm. June, will you light or take the candle of the East? From the East, we learn to remember the dawn, the spirit of birth, renewal, and grace. And the South, from the South, we remember the warm winds of comfort, the touch of those who have loved us, and every kindly word. And the West, from the West, we remember the setting sun, the sign that all earth's creatures are mortal, and precious is each of them in their life among us. And the North, and from the North, we remember that hardships may come and that courage is needed to protect what is good and is vulnerable to wrong. The light in the center connects earth and sky and reminds us that all of life is a dance between the two. In the Northern Hemisphere, and 6 months later in the South, the winter solstice is a natural occurrence when our closest pole tilts toward darkness away from the sun. Our ancient forebears took note of this annual event, which is known as winter, and observed it by lighting bonfires and praying for the return of warmth and light. Such rites and rituals are a recognition that life is delicate and precious, and that the sun, now somewhat withdrawn, bears the miraculous gift of life. While our language and our songs this evening are drawn from the Christian tradition, let us remember that the honoring of the solstice is far older than any religious tradition of our time. So we are invited to share the wonder of this night with people of every heritage and faith. Finding the sacred clothed in vulnerability is both the spiritual theme of the solstice and of the holy birth in Bethlehem. We stand tonight at the threshold of the festival of Christmas. May tonight's celebration be in harmony with that most holy day of our tradition. And may we also this evening feel a common bond with our friends in Jewish tradition, whose celebration of Hanukkah just ended recalls the flickering light of a lamp that would not go out in an ancient time when the future seemed unsure. So now, let each of us take the time to look deeply within ourselves to find the place where we want the light to shine upon ourselves, upon the ones we love, or our troubled world, or those who bear the burdens of fear and hate, even those who hold fear and hate. Or perhaps you'd like to light a candle of remembrance or a prayer of hope. As you feel moved, come forward now to the table and light a candle or more than one until all the candles on the table are on fire with our prayers. Please come forward and light the candles. The solstice is also known often as a time of healing. Within each one of us are many needs and wants, limitations, disappointments, personal losses. Within each of us also are memories of countless moments of grace and kindness and gifts of joy and celebration. And within us all together is the incredible power to heal, to support, and to be thankful for one another in the knowledge of our common and mutual care. Throughout the centuries of faith, oil has been used as a sign of spiritual healing. The oil that we are using tonight is simple olive oil. In a moment, I will pour the oil, and I will bring it to each of you around the circle. You are invited to anoint the person to your right. You can do this by using one of the small applicators dipped in the oil and applied in the form of a cross or a heart. It can be on the forehead or the hand, whichever the person you are anointing prefers. As the anointing begins, we'll join in our song. As you need to, toward one another. Now, in a moment, everyone will receive a glass so that we can close our time together by lifting our glasses to the light that shines in this season a little longer every day. In our glasses is apple cider. The cider preserves the fruit that ripened in last summer's sun and stands as a promise of the life that will return. When everyone is served, we'll say the words of the toast together.